We have Marin Maric with us, and Coach. We'll take an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Anytime you in tournament play, as everybody is right now, it's must-win basketball, and for their own reasons, Marquette needed this game, and for our own reasons, we needed this game, and obviously a little bit short as we have been, a number of times this year, so that makes it a little bit more painful to endure. And you have chances to win, and you don't. So they advance, and we don't. But proud, extremely proud of our guys. This is a different atmosphere than when I first came on campus, and we've got to ride that. But that being said, for Marin and the other 4 seniors who have put a whole lot into this turnaround that we're in the middle of, and this understanding of what it takes to be successful, and not just in the game of basketball, but in life is really admirable from my standpoint. That being said, the game was nip and tuck. We talked at halftime only about our energy, and I thought, other than probably Rousey and a couple of guys here and there, that neither team was putting their best foot forward. We were making mistakes, and we cleaned them up for the most part, almost totally in the second half, and put ourselves in a position. And we got stops, we got rebounds. They weren't offensive rebound anymore. We got more confidence, we got more energy. Offense was clicking more, and put us in a position to win. So for that, you got to be proud of our guys.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions. Just raise your hand. We'll start in the front row here, and then we'll go to behind.
Yeah, Dave,
Let's get a mic to you.
Dave, the last play, can you just go through what was going through your mind? Did you want to go for one, or are you happy with Max's shot?
Yeah. I mean,
you're down one.
We're down one, so we just needed a basket, and we ran a stagger to open Max up, and then we wanted him to draft, to hopefully create a vacuum that potentially Eli could go to the basket with. And the good thing for us when we did draft, that they got a little confused on their communication and left Max wide open. And whether it was the last shot of the game, or 10 seconds to go, or 10 minutes to go, or start a game, that's a shot that anybody that's been around us would happily have. And we've seen him knock down anywhere, 25, 30 of those in a row. So, Marin or anybody else would trust Max taking that shot.
We'll go here in the third row in the middle.
Coach, especially in the second half, you guys were able to get to the free throw line and slow the pace down to your liking in terms of setting up your defense as well. So is there anything that you saw going into the second half that was able to put Morridge in position to get to the free throw line and really put you guys in a position to put points on the board?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it at halftime. We talk about it during timeouts, and it's one of our themes is getting paint touches. And we knew that especially our perimeter players had some size advantages. So if we can go downhill, maybe we weren't going to face as much resistance. And I thought in the second half especially that we did a much better job of going downhill, and especially as the game wore on and late, Max going downhill, and Brandon going downhill, and Eli did a really good job of going downhill, making decisions. And the fact that he had a double-double today was indicative of what he's done and helped us as a point guard, which is not a natural position. But yes, that's something, along with Mara, just dumping the ball down low and having him play one-on-one, and especially attacking the glass. All those things that happen around the basket are good for us.
Here in the front on the right.
Thank you. Coach, how instrumental has the new facility, the Wintrust Arena, been, or how, going forward, how instrumental will it be in helping for your program to actually grow and for you all to attract talent to come to and play for DePaul?
We've been asked that question since we broke ground, almost 3 years ago, that it's been nothing short of monumental in the game that the name that I've always mentioned is game changer, because in today's world, when you're dealing with young people, you want to make sure that their life is comfortable, and we have an arena that represents comfort to them. It represents, what we need to compete on a day-to-day basis with everybody else, not just in this league, but everybody in the country. And, for us, Chicago is really important, and so the location is ideal. and it gives us an opportunity to show ourselves in a much better light than we ever have before.
You know, John in the middle.
Mark, can you kind of speak to, I know that this isn't the result you wanted, but this season coming in as a transfer, what it's been like playing for Coach, this program, and kind of a new era for them?
It was really interesting. I'm so happy I came to DePaul because these guys made me feel like I was here for 4 years, not just 1 year. They took me like I'm like been there for a long time. I want to thank all my teammates, all the coaches, all that believe in me. Like I start off kind of slow, and there's like keep sticking to it, and they keep believing in me, and they keep encouraging me to be what I am right now, and I'm extremely thankful for the opportunity. And that's pretty much it.
On top of that, Coach has talked about this throughout the season, that Max sort of added not only a new dimension to this team, but just his overall attitude as well. Who is Max Troost, and what are those qualities that kind of come out in him?
Well, Max is workaholic, definitely. Always first 2 guys in the gym, always getting shots up, always working to improve his game, always staying on top. I don't think he made one mistake the whole year, like when we had like curfew or on time or anything. He's just as perfect as anybody can be.
Anything else? We'll go right here in the middle once again. We'll get a microphone over to you.
Yeah, Coach, can you describe the bittersweet dynamic between the close losses but no results? Is that good or bad, and how are you going to go moving forward next year? What are the lessons you're going to teach your team?
I've talked about this a lot, and one of the joys of being around this group is for people like Marin. Marin, what you see as a basketball player, pales in comparison. He's an intellectual. He's a man that you can have conversations with about anything, and he's understanding, and I think that's a great quality, and I think that's what our school produces. And so, part of the results, I always go back to, the base, and the base is being in the locker room with guys like Marin and the rest of the guys that we have. There are 2 parts to a team, and you mentioned, results, and we're in a results-based business, but I look at reasons. And so the definition of a win, when you see it on the ticker at night, is sometimes result-based and sometimes reason-based. And there's a lot of reasons to be very, very proud and to be very, very optimistic about not only what we just completed as a season, but as the 5 seniors move on, what lies ahead. We built character, we built more toughness, we built sustainability, and will come a day very, very soon where we'll get some payback on all the games that we had that were just like today. And so I look at it a little bit different than everybody else, and I understand the business that we're in. As you mentioned, the word results is what people judge you by, but I with this group especially and moving forward, I judge it on reasons.
Anything else for DePaul? Right, DePaul, thank you.
Thank you, guys.